I really like Altra shoes, and today I'm going to give you a look at Lone Peak versus the Olympus. So within both families, we've got a few different versions or different models within that family. So for example, we've got low versions, we've got low waterproof, we've got mids as well. I'll run through each one of those a little bit more in detail. So first up, we're going to talk about the Lone Peak. Now the Lone Peak is your lower stack height, so it's 25 mil. It's not as high as the Olympus. What that means is that's the amount of cushion that you have through the shoe. The Lone Peaks are lower. You're going to feel more terrain. You're going to feel more connected in the Lone Peak. It's going to give you that feeling with your foot that's closer to barefoot, but these aren't barefoot. There's still 25 mil of cushioning there. It's just not as high as the Olympus. I've got two different versions here in front of me. So I've got the low without a lining, so it's not Gore-Tex, it's not waterproof. This is a shoe that can be used as a day hiking shoe, trail hiking shoe, or a running shoe if you wanted to. It's going to be a true multi-purpose workhorse in this format. That same design logic carries over to their mid. So you've still got the zero drop, the 25 mil stack height. You've got this nice wide toe box, which really allows you to have your toes splay out and gives you that stability and that comfort that you might be looking for compared to a tight toe box shoe. Difference between the lows and the mids, well, it's obvious. You know, we've got a mid, get a little bit more ankle support up around here. Now in the Lone Peak family, it's not a Gore-Tex liner, it's their own proprietary liner that gives you that waterproof membrane that's running through the shoe. It runs through to about here, so this is a good winter hiker. It's good for walking the dogs on a wet morning. If you need a lightweight hiking shoe, then it's worth considering the mid, especially if you're looking inside the boot market. Both have got pretty much the same grip on the soles. It works well in a trail running sense, and it also works well in a hiking sense because it's going to give you that grip. Now, being a lower stack height, you're going to feel a little bit more in touch with the ground and the rocks than what you are going to in the Olympus series. So the Olympus is a little bit higher. We're going to jump into that one now. Jumping into the Olympus. Key difference with the Olympus, and the Olympus has been growing in popularity over the last few years, and one of those reasons is the higher stack height. So we've got a 33 mil cushion through that. This was a shoe that was originally brought out for longer distance trail running events and longer distance hiking. It gives you that extra cushion, it gives you a little bit more protection from the ground, it gives you a little bit less feeling. So you're not going to feel as connected to the ground as what you are in the Lone Peaks, just by the nature of being up that little bit higher and having that extra cushion. From a design logic point of view, you've still got a lot of the same features. So you've still got a zero drop, you've got a nice wide toe box, and you've got a heel area that sort of locks you in the Achilles area as well. For us, we stock three different versions of the Olympus. So we stock the standard Olympus. So this is your running, your summer hiking shoe. It's nice and breathable, it's light, it's gonna dry pretty quick, and yeah, you can walk through water in one of these things. You're gonna get wet feet, but it's gonna dry pretty quickly and it's gonna drain really well. Then we stock the waterproof version. So this is a Gore-Tex version. Now, something that we've found over the years with fitting these is the waterproof version, if you've got an existing Olympus, the waterproof version does tend to just slightly narrow up. It just sort of hugs the foot a little bit more. Don't be surprised if you buy a set of the lows or the mids in the waterproof version that you just feel like there's not quite as much room across the toes as what there is in the standard Olympus. We then step up into the mid. So the mid is really popular. It's a good lightweight hiking shoe, Gore-Tex lined, it's quite durable. It's going to last you a reasonable while. It isn't going to last you as long as what a pair of PU soled hiking boots is going to. So, you know, your traditional leather, your PU soled, which has to do with the foam. The EVA that's used on these is still the same product as what's used on the lightweight running version. So you've got to remember that a set of hikers like this are going to still wear, which is great, they wear like a set of running shoes, but they're also only going to last like a set of running shoes. So if you go through running shoes pretty regularly because of the miles that you're doing, well, you're going to experience the same effect with a pair of these in the mid hiking category. Chances are they're going to be more comfortable. People do find these, they're light, they're easy to walk in, and they're comfortable. So, got a little curveball. We've been talking about the Olympus and the Lone Peaks, and the Lone Peak is the lighter version. Well, they've also got a race version of the Olympus. Now, this is the 275. This is pretty much the same lower as the Olympus, but it's a lightweight race upper. Nice and light, so if you want a race shoe with the extra cushion, then the 275 could be the model you're looking for. If you're wanting to buy an Olympus and you're wanting to sort of do it all, you want to be able to use something that you're going to go for a run in, you're going to go for a hike in, you don't need a waterproof shoe, then just pick up a set of Olympuses. Just the standard Olympus, not the low, not the waterproof version. It's going to do everything that you want it to do if you're going to want to go for a run in it. Now, if you're only looking for something that's trail hiking, you know, your feet don't get too hot, and you want to be able to, you know, walk the dogs in winter, you want something that's waterproof, then you're going to want to jump into either the mid or the low in the waterproof version. It's going to give you a little bit more warmth in that foot as well, so cold winter's morning and things, I tend to jump over to a Gore-Tex lined shoe during that time of year. When it all boils down to it, the choice is quite personal. If you're someone that really wants to feel a connection with the ground, then I'd steer you towards the Lone Peak. If you're someone that wants that extra cushioning and that extra comfort, then have a close look at the Olympus family.